Let's go over the service recommendations for the Hydronic Aqua System. Please be aware that before disconnecting electrical power from the system, you must ensure that the Hydronic S3 coolant heater is not running, so having the cool down completed, and the system is off or in standby. The removal of electrical power from the system as a means of switching off operation is not permitted, since it will immediately stop all components and prevent the system from completing its prescribed cooldown cycle. This can cause damage to the system, overheating, and boiling of the coolant, which can overflow and cause injuries. The winterization process is required when there is a risk of freezing and is vehicle and installation dependent. Freezing can damage the heating system. Please follow vehicle winterization instructions for the freshwater plumbing system. For the components which are included in the scope of supply of the Hydronic Aqua System kit, only the water plate heat exchanger and the thermostatic mixing valve interact directly with fresh water. If no other winterization instruction is available, make sure to drain them of fresh water to prevent damage. Disconnect the system of any electrical power source for long-term storage. Do not drain the heating system coolant during winterization, since coolant serves as oxidation protection. Here are some maintenance best practices. Always use the appropriate PPE for the job. Once a year or after a lengthy stoppage, for example, summer months or storage, please do a visual inspection of the overall system, installation, and Hydronic S3 heater. So take a look at the different systems, such as fuel, coolant, intake, exhaust, and fresh water, as well as their blower intakes and outlets for any obstruction, and any damage or oxidation on electrical wires and connectors. Make sure all components are secure and tighten screws where necessary. Perform a trial run of the system, especially for the Hydronic S3 heater, checking for any abnormality, such as coolant and fuel leaks, persistent smoke, unusual burning noise, fuel smell, electrical components overheating. In case any issue is found, pull the fuses in order to prevent the system from being used and get it repaired by a technician trained on the dispatcher products. If ever the Hydronic S3 whole heater or only the heater ECU is replaced, it must be configured with the EasyScan diagnostic tool as explained in the initial commissioning section of the installation. Run the fuel-operated heater once every month for a minimum of 15 minutes, even during summertime. Replace the fuel pump inlet side filter in case of continuous smoke on heater exhaust. Before working on the coolant system, wait until all components have cooled to avoid injuries. Check coolant level and concentration regularly, adjust as required, and replace coolant following manufacturer recommendations. Do not turn on the electrical heating when both the heating element and the thermostat switch are not submerged in coolant. Otherwise, the heating element will overheat and burst. Keep freshwater system free from debris and sanitized to prevent the growth of microorganisms. Let's talk now about troubleshooting. The Hydronic Aqua System has several control and safety features, which we won't cover in detail here. The I/O controller can, for example, detect output short and open circuits and communication issues with the touchscreen. If the touchscreen is not turning on, check the system fuses, electrical cables, and connectors. The LED on the top right corner of the screen should blink 1 time per second when the system is OK. Consult the installation manual for more detailed I/O controller and touchscreen troubleshooting. Some of the Hydronic S3 heater detection features include safety timeout in case of fail to detect the flame, flame out, overheating, under and over voltage, defective internal components. The heater ECU will also lock out in case of consecutive safety timeout or overheating faults. All these Hydronic S3 heater faults will generate codes. You can refer to the heater repair instruction manual for detailed description of the fault codes and the steps to fix the issue. Reading and deleting fault codes or cancelling an ECU lock can be made using the touchscreen on the Hydronic S3 fault code menu, or with the EasyScan diagnostic tool. As basic troubleshooting, in case the heater does not start, try switching the heater off and then on again. If it doesn't work, check for fault codes, enough fuel on the tank below pickup pipe tip, combustion air intake or exhaust not blocked, fuel lines intact, fuel filter not blocked, fuses, electrical cables, connections, and terminals OK. If for any reason the Hydronic S3 heater must be disassembled to replace any component, a special tool is required. The tool part number and image is shown here. Here you can find different support options that you have access to. There is plenty technical material available at our partner portal, which the address is shown. Anyone can register to it to get access. Inside the partner portal, we have the Hydronic Aqua System manuals, both for installation and operating instructions. There is also the Hydronic S3 heater specific manuals, which include the technical description manual with all installation instructions, the spare parts list manual, and the repair instructions manual, where the description of all fault codes and repair instructions is given. Finally, we have the EasyScan diagnostic tool, software, and manual. Here is the contact information of our technical support team that will be happy to answer any question that you might have. Also, our large dealership network is able to help you installing, doing maintenance, and troubleshooting the system. Thanks for watching, and until next time.